Okay, this is the Solving Inequalities number 2 homework. The directions say to solve, graph, and check the inequality. So I'm going to do the second one. When you have a value outside of the parentheses, you guys should know that you need to distribute that 3 to all the terms inside the parentheses. So 3 times y would be 3y. Minus 3 times 4 would be 12. The less than sign comes down and the 48 comes down. Now it just becomes a two-step inequality. So to get the y by itself, you need to do the opposite of minus 12, which is to add 12 to both sides. The 12s become 0. The 3 times y comes down. You'd have to do 48 plus 12, which is 60. Divide by 3 on both sides. Y is less than 20. Okay, so we've solved the inequality. The next step is to graph that. So in the middle of the area, we're going to put 20 in the middle. You need 2 numbers above and 2 numbers below. We're going to put an open circle at 20 because it's just a less than sign, not less than or equal to. And then we need to do some tests. So I'm going to take a number from before 20 and a number from after and substitute that in for y. So if I substitute in 19 is less than 20 and 21 is less than 20, only one of those inequalities will be true. And the one that's true is 19 is less than 20. So we need to show a dark arrow pointing towards those values. Any of those values that we substitute in will make that inequality true. So then to do the check, you're going to bring over the original inequality. 3 times the quantity y minus 4 is less than 48. Now, on our number line, we can substitute in any of the quantities that we said make the inequality true. So I'm going to substitute in 18. So 18 minus 4 should be less than 48. All right, so now I need to do PEMDAS. So I'm going to do parentheses first. 18 minus 4 would be 14 times 3 should be less than 48. And when you multiply, you get 42 is less than 48. And that inequality checks. So when you're doing your homework, you need to make sure you have all 3 of those parts where you're solving, graphing, and then checking with one of the solutions that makes the inequality true. Just a hint for the third one, I would put a 1 in front of the variable so that you know to do 4r minus 1r equals 3r is greater than or equal to 45. Then to solve for r, you want to do the opposite of multiplying by 3, which is to divide by 3. And I'll let you finish that one. And then your hint for the last one, remember, you're trying to isolate that variable. Right now it's being divided by 4, so the opposite would be to multiply both sides by 4. When you do that, 16 times 4 would be 64. Don't forget you're going to need a graph for each one. 2 numbers above, 2 numbers below. In this case, it's going to be a closed circle because 64 is part of the answer. Then we need to test. I would take a number from before. 63 is less than or equal to 64. 65 is less than or equal to 64. 63 is the only quantity that makes it true. So our answers are going to go to the left. Don't forget to do your check. Bring over your original inequality. Substitute in one of your answers. Let's see. I'm going to try and think of a number less than 64 that will divide by 4. I'm going to try 62 because that's even. I don't know that, so I'll have to do some of the work. 4 into 62 goes once, 22. Okay, so we're going to get 15 point something, which we know is less than or equal to 16. So that one would check out. First one is pretty simple. You're just solving that inequality. That's a 2-step. Hopefully this helps.